Morning all. It is 12:25 on the 20th of November 2015. What Brian was saying about papers, and somebody else made a comment and all. I haven't read a paper properly like I used to for about 20 years. Years ago, I used to go to the pub, get a pint of beer, sit down and read everything. You know, I've got this thing about waste. If I get something, including, a newspaper, I have to use it all the time. You know, I have to read everything on it. Otherwise, I don't know. It feels like I've wasted it or something. Same as if I buy anything, gadgets or anything. If I don't use it, I don't feel guilty. It's just a weird feeling. Whether that's my OCD, I don't know. But like, I know somebody else commented to Brian, like, I like to sort of like put the news on. The headline. Here I'm off again. Same as in the paper, I just skim through it. I mean, generally the only time I skim through a newspaper is if I'm at the library. I've had a coffee there because I know I'm fairly well in there now, in the new library. And you go at the back and there's newspapers, and I'll sort of just go through them. I might see something about some celebrity or something, and just go through it, look at the flipping TV programmes, which is even more crap. Nothing much on there at all. I'm not very sporty, so I don't look at the sports pages. I just like the headlines and make my own mind up, because it's all other people's opinions, like that fella said in the comments. And it's the same on the telly now. That Paris attack, and there's one this morning in Mali, in Africa, where they've took, I think, 170 hostages. Well, the BBC, you go on their live channel and they do it on everything. As far back, further back than 9/11. They play the same piece of video over and over again. Why, I don't know. It just becomes boring. I don't want to know every single detail. I mean, on the BBC news site, it says like last minutes of people's death, before their death. And that group, Something Dead, the name was of this band that was playing in that theatre where they shoot about 80 people in there, then they shot them dead. Minutes before it happened and all this, and people's body parts being like, I don't want to know all that. And then there's more sort of like thumbnail stuff to click onto, like all to do with the attack. I don't want to know that. Even the cameras are really giving you their opinion without words. And it's just over and over, and it'll go all night long. I mean, I don't know whether this has been going all night long, this Mali, but it wants to go into details and that, and then when it started and the politics and all, oh, God's sake. Just want to know the headlines, that's all. Make my own mind up. I don't want to know nothing else. God, yeah. It's to really be what they call a news animal. Like when they say a party animal. Couldn't get enough of the news now. I couldn't care less, really. As I say, just the headlines. I think over the years it's been so much doom and gloom, it blows your mind in the end. I just can't keep up with it, I just don't want to know. I mean, I went to the gym yesterday, and before we went up, because there was about 20 of us, but half of them go up straight up. Don't sit with us in the canteen. Well, there was about 10 of us sitting there, talking about everything, and that not one person mentioned the French thing. Nobody mentions anything like that. If you watch it, it's a bit like The Last Summer of Wine, Who was it, in Yorkshire? I used to love that programme. I don't know when they took it off. And they talk about everything under the sun, and I suppose trivial things, but in their world, nobody talks about politics in it, or didn't. You might see one of them look at the paper, but nothing is said. Well, it was like that down there. I mean, it's all over the place. Why do you want to start talking to your mates about it all and that, We go, apart from the exercise, we go there for a laugh. You know, biggest thing was they talk about cars and buildings because a lot of them are ex-builders, like, you know, even gone to America in their time and built stuff over there. Or you got ones that were mechanics. Well, I don't know much about cars at all, even though I started off years ago repairing radiators and stuff like that for cars. I like the electric ones. That's what I would get if I was driving. You know, nobody talks about all that. You want to get away from it, you get down there with your mates and have a laugh and joke. You know, and it's a big laugh even for doing the exercises. It's even more funny. I've always been told that I've always got a beam smile on my face all the time. I am. All the time, because some of the antics they get up to is unbelievable. I mean, the youngest is about 63, and my other mate is about 84. And he almost trots around because you do a bit of walking as well as all the exercise. Me, I did trot round once, and once only about a year ago. But I just sauntered around. I got hit, played me up a bit yesterday, but you know, and none of us talk about anything like that. But I get lost when they start talking about building houses, and I always fancied doing that myself. But in cars, I just get lost. And my other mate Pat, he's into computers as well, like me, and he's what, 84. When we start talking about computers, the others look at us blankly. But we're outnumbered, you see, by that lot. There's only some of them ain't even got a computer. So I only did because I got one 30 years ago. I know you haven't, dear. Everything you touch has got computer chip in it. The other half had to join in. Yesterday was my daughter, wasn't it? Jumping about like a lark. He's actually on a sleepover with a mate. Actually went out. God. Anyway, I had to check 3 times to make sure she weren't in bed. Anyway. Do what, dear? No, I did check, didn't I, after you phoned when you was out. Oh, and I'd come up to say, oh, that, yeah, I said yesterday. Oh, here we go, see. Blaspheming now, oh, shut it. Gets quite evil sometimes. Evil. Evil, I tell ya. What's me being a tart got to do with it? This was going to be a quick video, but the other half, like, you know, breaks into the studio sound. That's impossible, keep your gob shut. What are you talking about? No, me, I mean, it's as bad as me, that is. It's not worth going on YouTube and not saying nothing, you twit. I said a few jibes about the beard, like, I said I was bloody well, the other half's trimmed it off, and he's still talking about soppy Gillettes. Oh, you won't get your job as Father Christmas now. Oh, no, I don't mind that. It's when if someone gets personal, I don't like it. I don't mind taking a piss, I don't care. I don't know if there's anything else I was going to say. Send in a comment. Glad Bodie is on the mend. Yeah, he tickled me, and he jumped up in front of Briar. Yeah, tell him to get down in the end. Talk about I'm the star here, not Briar. Of course. Animal nut she is, honestly. Well, she's a nut anyway. But. Yes, dear. Got to go out soon anyway. As usual, when I got home, I checked the drugs I've got on prescription. They've left one out. As usual, so I've got to go up there. They've left out. It's hard to check when it's in the chemist, you know. I did make a list last Monday of what I ordered. So I've got that. They've left out what we call the strips, is what you put the blood on from a finger prick, pardon. And you have to know, shut up laughing, honestly. You have to know, I'll lose my bloody track altogether soon, what the blood glucose level is, otherwise you don't know how much insulin to take or when you could OD on it and go into a coma or something, you know. Are you still laughing? Hark at her, like a bleeding teenager. Oh, now she's coughing. See, I told you to stop smoking. 20 years ago she stopped smoking and she's still got a smoker's cough. Oh, yeah, so have I. Oh. But it's safe to carry on? Yeah. To carry on? Oh, right. Still doing 3 chords on the computer. On the ukulele. Shut up! Oh, she's a bugger. I didn't go to bed till 5 o'clock. I was on here all night long. Oh, no, it wasn't bleeding out. It was a computer. And when did I wake up? I'm not mad. Well, I'm mad. I woke up, I think it was about 11 o'clock. I hadn't done nothing, insulin and anything, so I ain't long done all that. I do that now to get fed up with it ruling your life. It's on your bloody nerves. Anyway, hopefully I'll be allowed to go and bleed now. Quick video. 10 minutes, 30 seconds. Because of the other half. Again.
Oh, shut it.
Yeah, okay. It's the abuse I get, you wouldn't believe. Oh, that's her attempt at opera. Anyway, I can talk with my voice and my well. What else would you talk with? That thing Stephen Hawkins has got, I suppose. Yeah. Right, so it's a goodbye for me, goodbye from her, and anyone else who's listening in call. You! The other half! Oh. The worst thing to do is make a video when she's up. Done it when she was in bed. Huh? Pissed. I'm going to go thump her in a minute. I'll tell you when I come home, I'm going to go in there and thump her. You'll divorce me? I'll thump her twice now. No, I'm too much of a bottle job these days. Talking about, too old. Right. I am going now, as you no doubt. Shut up! She'll be gone for bleeding years in a minute, I tell you. Can I carry on now?
Yeah, you're alright now.
I'm alright now, that's praise from her. Right. Goodbye for me, and away I go. Bye for now.